This is the cruelest form of gaslighting, a dark reality you may shudder to believe. Welcome to another episode exposing the narcissists. Our perilous adventure today takes us further into the shadowy realm of narcissistic relationships. We shall unearth their twisted inner workings while providing a beacon of hope for those journeying on the path to healing. With trepidation, we're about to face the most heinous form of an insidious manipulation, gaslighting. As one treads the slippery path of toxic relationships, be it entangled with a narcissist, subjected to hostility, or simply engulfed by a miasma of corrosive emotions, gaslighting emerges from the depths as a lurking danger with the power to warp your very reality. Fear not, noble warriors, for arming yourselves with knowledge and sharpening your senses to detect these malevolent tactics shall serve as an invaluable shield on your journey to freedom. Furthermore, be guided by my complimentary course, Narcissism 101, Early Warning Signs, Escaping the Trap, and Rebuilding Your Life, with the link to your invaluable ally awaiting in the description below. Gaslighting can be likened to a hidden viper, slowly and stealthily inflicting mental torment, injecting poisonous doubts into your subconscious before you find yourself spiraling into madness. Confronted by such predatory deception, meticulously documenting every distressing incident, scoring the evidence like a bloodhound on the trail, and even seeking the counsel of professionals to detangle the knots of your psyche becomes essential. Yet, lurking beneath the dark tapestry of gaslighting's labyrinth, there exists a single utterance, a word that instills horror in the hearts of its hapless prey. I shudder to unfold its dreadful implications, for its wicked potency may place it within contention for the title of the vilest gaslighting technique. Muster your courage, for it is time to confront this cruel weapon. In the clutches of gaslighting, an ominous phrase reverberates, a chilling whisper laden with malevolence. No one will ever believe you. Can you feel the icy grip of fear clutching at your heart? Picture yourself bravely confronting a narcissist with a truth that cuts to the quick, a truth so painful that it shatters your world. To illustrate this, let us delve into an extreme example. Imagine being betrayed by your partner, caught in flagrant delicto, and when you confront them about it, they deny everything with brazen impunity. In fact, they have the temerity to brand you as the one who is mentally unstable, claiming that not a single soul will ever believe you. This leaves you with a profound sense of impotence, at the mercy of the narcissist's psychological arsenal. Now imagine being a child of a narcissistic parent, knowing full well the invalidation and emotional abuse they subject you to behind closed doors. You gather the courage to confront them, possibly even shedding light on their mendacity to relatives, but instead of unearthing their deceit, they confidently proclaim that your claims will fall on deaf ears. The narcissist, a master of deception with their flawless facade, can effortlessly hoodwink even those closest to them. This leaves you grappling with the consequences of a futile confrontation with no refuge to turn to. It is the ultimate paradox that a narcissist can be a chameleon, slithering effortlessly into social situations, switching between craving validation and steering clear of any possible detection. Their greatest weapon lies in their ability to warp the very fabric of reality, inducing you to question your sanity. To make matters worse, individuals that are cut from the same cloth as the narcissist are often blinded to their nefarious machinations. This group perceives the narcissist as having impeccable motives, being the epitome of wholeness, radiating an awe-inspiring aura. When coupled with the narcissist's seemingly impressive achievements, this reinforces their credibility, even to the point of being regarded as a paragon of virtue. Bafflingly, despite the glaring warning signs, there are those that not only appreciate but adore the narcissist, viewing them as a beacon of righteous citizenship. This delusion can prove to be highly perilous to those entangled in a gaslighting or narcissistic relationship, leaving them feeling bewildered, helpless, and increasingly anxious. It is not uncommon for them to internalize the blame for their predicament, thinking that they are inherently flawed. As if the victimization wasn't enough, survivors of narcissistic abuse face a severe form of social isolation, cutting ties with their support system and shutting doors to any chance of finding succor in a sympathetic environment. The gaslighting tactic employed. No one will ever believe you. not only festers uncertainty, but also presents the victim as a delusional pariah. The deleterious effects of such sustained gaslighting cannot be emphasized enough, corroding the victim's self-worth, rendering them utterly powerless to counter the narcissist's nefarious machinations. This underscores the urgent need for swift intervention, be it a mental health expert or a compassionate friend, to offset the toxic impact of such parasitic relationships. Yet, the very person who shattered your psyche performs their infamous disappearing act, only to emerge as a self-aggrandizing pretender, garnering admirers alongside an entourage of friends and fans. Their cavalier attitude leaves you feeling dejected, hopeless, grief-stricken, and fearful. Once again, the narcissist looms on the horizon, ready to deploy their most insidious tactic, coaxing you into keeping silent to avoid stirring up trouble, with the caustic remark, "No one will believe you." The ensuing sense of despair is debilitating, as the possibility of invalidation lurks around every corner. Sadly, people may express skepticism or outright denial in the face of uncomfortable revelations regarding the narcissist. Dismissiveness and whitewashing of their crimes may be couched in benign-sounding comments, such as, "All families have issues." Admittedly, it is natural to feel aggrieved or dispirited when one is emotionally wronged by someone close, especially a parent or partner. However, gaslighting and the disbelieving remarks of others can be overwhelming, tempting you to withdraw from society. Yet this can exacerbate social isolation, hindering any chance of gaining perspective or healing from trauma. To those grappling with such harrowing circumstances, my advice is to reach out to the appropriate individuals, be it a mental health practitioner or a sympathetic friend. Remember, you are not alone, and though it may seem insurmountable, the emotional wreckage wrought by narcissistic abuse can be overcome. It is worth noting that this type of trauma isn't exclusive to narcissistic relationships, but is commonly found in situations where the victim is powerless, such as children. The abuser or narcissist dons a public persona, projecting a positive image, while wreaking untold mayhem behind closed doors. It's the concealed nature of such abuse that results in the "no one will believe you" syndrome, incredibly isolating and emotionally distressing. It's worth highlighting that narcissistic and hostile abuse is more complicated than other forms of abuse, as people are more likely to believe the victims when the abuser is openly abusive and downright monstrous. However, when the abuser exudes respectability and appears to have it all figured out, disclosing the abuse reinforces the victim's worst fears. If you've been subjected to gaslighting of this nature, it's crucial to identify it for what it is, so you can commence your healing journey. Revamping your self-worth is an uphill task when those closest to you turn their backs on you. Often, victims of this type of abuse feel trapped in a cycle of emotional torture and isolation. I hope this sheds light on the pernicious dynamics of these toxic relationships. If you're experiencing this type of abuse, please know that you are not in this alone, and there are people who will stand by and support you. It's time to break free from the cycle of isolation and begin your journey to healing. Until then, let the healing commence.